Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to watch the most wonderful event. Get ready for it. Here we go. Okay, so this one has the same radius, so it's got the same surface area for both of these, the top of this cone and the top of this cylinder. And let's watch. Let's see if you can figure out what's going to happen. Okay. Demonstrating it's the same size, but hey, one comes to one point and the other one is a cylinder. What's he going to do? He's filling up with water. There we go. Oh, there we go. And what's he doing? He's filling it up again. I wonder how many times will it fill up? I bet you know, because it's a lot like a cone is a lot like a pyramid, isn't it? It filled up 3 times. Wow. Isn't that simply amazing? So, why did I show that to you? Because it helps us remember that a cone that it is finding the volume of it is just 1/3 of what it would be for a cylinder. So it is 1/3 area of the base times the height. Here would be our height, and this would be our radius. Okay? So we've got to go and we've got to figure out what's going on here for this area of the base. How do you find the area of this? It's just got a radius. What do you find? Do you remember? Yeah, it is pi r squared for the area of the base. So I've got a formula that I wrote out where I combined both of them, and you can put that on your formula sheet. Remember that we always use 3.14 for our pi. Okay, let's check out some of these. Okay, so I have our formulas for us. So you'll notice that right here is the radius and this is the height. In fact, I'm going to write an R right there. Okay, and I'm going to write an H right here. So it helps me stay grounded to where everything is. So in this formula, volume, I've got equals 1/3. And then we've got pi, which is 3.14 times the radius, which is going to be 2, and we got to square it. So you could write 4, but I'm going to just stick to the formula. Okay, 2 squared. Okay, and then times h. H is going to be 7. And so now we'll just go ahead and calculate it. Say, I'm going to do, why don't you try something else? I will stick in the 1/3 times this, times that, times that. Okay, I will do that. Why don't you try something else? Let's go and look at it this way. You can take 1/3 times, and then what do you do for fractions? Okay, and then you got 2 squared over 1 times 7 over 1. So look at this. You're really just multiplying these 3 numbers. They're dividing by 3. So why don't you just do that? Multiply these 3 numbers and divide by 3. I'll go and stick it in my calculator like this. Okay, so go ahead and do that while I do mine and press pause. And let's see how you did. Did you get 29? Oh, goodness. Did you get 29.3 after you rounded it? 29.3 cubic feet? Wonderful. I hope so. Okay, got to round all these ones to the nearest tenth. Okay, let's try it again. But what I was worried about with this one is that you wouldn't recognize that the radius is just half of this. So that the radius is really just 12 right here. Millimeters, and that the height is this one. So let's go ahead and remind ourselves of those things so that we can go ahead and fill this out correctly. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it like I said before. I'm going to write it a little bit different. If you like writing it like we did before with the 1/3, that's fine, but I'm going to do the pi r squared over 3 this time. Okay, it's just another way of looking at it. In fact, it's kind of hard to do that when you have the triangular base prism. If you would have had a rectangular base prism, you could do this too. So it's because we're just multiplying these numbers. With the triangular base prism, you also got the half in there too. So that's a problem. So we got pi, which is 3.14. Okay, times the radius. The radius in this case is going to be 12. And we've got to square that thing. And then times the height of it, which is 26. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out. Pause it and make sure that you can calculate this correctly, and I will do the same thing. Holy moly, these volumes get to be quite large when they're large numbers. And so on this one I got 3,000 918.72, so I'm going to say 0.7. And that right there, what kind of unit would that be? That would be in cubic millimeters. Okay, reminder, when you go and write this out in the Google form later on, is, it'd be 3,918.7 and then a space, then mm, and then a big 3, because you can't do that little 3. Just for a little reminder for your Google form later on. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, so when I was looking at this one, I was thinking that it'd be fun if I would go and do number 5 for you. Okay, so number 5. Oh, goodness, it's going to be hard to fit that in here with this pen. Okay, a volume. Volume equals 1/3, okay, and it's area of the base, which is pi r squared. Boy, I'm having troubles. Pi r squared, and then times the height of the whole thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and figure that out. Our radius, watch out. Gosh, that might have got me. 2.5 inches is our radius. Okay, and then our height is this one. Okay, so I'm going to cross that out so I don't make an error there. Okay, so we've got volume equaling 1/3. Okay, and then we've got 3.14 times, and then we've got 2.5 squared. Because that's radius squared, I just substitute 2.5 for radius. Okay, and then times h, which is going to be 4. Okay, so pause it. Why don't you try and do what we did before, where you multiply these 3 numbers and then divide by 3. Okay, I will do it with the 1/3. You do it like that, and let's see what we get. So for your volume, did you get the volume to equal 26.16666? So it's about 26.2, and that is in cubic inches. I didn't read this one out loud for us. Let's do this. Let's see if I even got all the answer here, because I think we got to do something else. Asta is using a funnel to show funnel shown to fill a glass bottle with colored sand. If one cup is about 14.4 cubic inches, how many cups of sand will it take to fill the funnel at one time? Round to the nearest tenth. So we're going to have to divide this divided by 14.4. Oopsie, don't know what I did there. Divide it. Oh gosh. Hold on, here we go. I hope. Okay, let me get this done here. We're going to divide this by 14.4. Okay, and that's in cubic inches also, so let's go ahead and do that. So we got 26.2 divided by 14.4, and I got 1.8, about 1.8, because it told us to go and round all of our answers into tenths. About 1.8, what would be the unit on that? To just be 1.8 cups? Yeah, cups. Okay, so that's our answer to that one. That one had more to the question than I thought that it did originally. So, so you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I think that I'm going to offer some. Okay, so then I'm going to have you do 1 through 7 on this assignment. 1 through 7, and we should probably do one more together. Okay, let's look at number 7. We'll do that one. So, so I guess you don't have to worry about these ones here at all. I am going to offer some extra credit on it too, so just hold on a minute. So volume equals 1/3, okay, is area of the base, which is pi r squared, and then times the height. Okay, and so we've got 1/3 equaling pi, which is 3.14. Okay, the radius, you'll notice is this one, radius. Okay, and that is going to be 14 squared times the height. Okay, there it is. So it's times 23. Boy, this should be a large number because those are big numbers. So go ahead and stop it and calculate that, and let's see what you get. I'll do the same thing. Okay, so I got 4,718.37, so I'm going to round it up to 4.4. Okay, and that is the volume, and we got to figure out our millimeters. Okay, and that's going to be cubic millimeters. And so that's how you solve that one for volume. And so we're just going to do 1 through 7. I did 2 of them with you, so make sure you get those and you put them into the Google form. But I also have two more for extra credit for you. Okay, and so so this is on page 576 and 577. Okay, and it's going to be problems 1 through 7, and I'll give you extra credit number 29 and 30. And that's one where they already gave you the volume and you got to figure out the height of them. So pages 576 and 577, 1 through 7. I did 2 of them with you, and then on 29 and 30. Okay, and so I will see you online tomorrow, or I'll see you when I see you. See ya.